Hello, how are you doing, my people? Welcome back to Inspire Generations. I hope you guys are doing okay. The weekend was good for you people. My weekend was good, and I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm so excited actually to be back with another video. And as I told you the other video, I told you guys that we will be getting into matters to do with finance and things that concern all of us in terms of money. In terms of money, I know that is the reason why we go to school. That is the reason why we start businesses. That is the reason why we want to come abroad. As you can see, the topic today is, will the Chinese yuan or yuan dethrone the king dollar from its kingdom? So that is the conversation that we're going to have today, and I believe that you guys are going to contribute in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. It's something that I took time to look at it because it's something that has been going around for the last couple of months. Okay, actually since Russia invaded Ukraine, there's always been this talk, that one time maybe the Chinese yuan is going to dethrone the king dollar from its territory or from its throne, or maybe these guys are trying to come up with another currency that can take control, that can get to dethrone the king dollar from its throne. But I was asking myself so many questions because ever since I was born, I've known dollar, and Kenyan shillings was the first currency I was able to know. And then as I grew up, then I came to realize that the dollar is the most dominant currency in the world, and that's what I've always known. So I decided to do some research concerning the same to see how possible is it for any other currency, not just the Chinese yuan, to dethrone the king dollar from its throne. Is it possible? Is it something that can happen in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, in the next 100 years? Because the king dollar has been enthroned for almost a century. They started to dominate the world, like taking almost more than 80% of the trade after the Second World War, because that's when the United States was known for its power, or maybe that's when maybe we can say it was recognized as a superpower, And so I was asking myself some questions, and as I was doing this research, that's what we're going to discuss today. And I hope you guys can dive into the conversation. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the reign of the king dollar. Is there any possibility that one time or sometime in the future the king dollar will lose its throne? And I will start by making this statement: the dominance of the king dollar is not going away anytime soon. And maybe some of you will start by asking a question: how did you come to that conclusion? And so this is the reason why I want us to get into this conversation. So make sure that you stick around to the end of the video so that we can all get to understand this. Every time we have had crisis around the world, maybe economic crisis, political crisis, financial crisis. Remember 2008 and so many other incidences that have ever happened there before. There's always been a talk like there's a currency that will dethrone the king dollar from its throne. There's a currency that is coming up, maybe the Chinese yuan, maybe the Japanese yen, and so many other conversation around the dollar dominance in the global market. There's always some sort of prediction by people, by nations, by some sort of groups. We have BRICS, I think it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay, so they coming up with some sort of currencies that can get to dethrone the king dollar from its throne. I mean, from act of fact, and the reason why we have had this kind of conversation is, the dollar has always been used by United States as a weapon to protect themselves against their enemies. And I tend to believe those are tactics and the characteristics of any superpower, of any king. Even if you are a king, you try to use whatever the powers that you have to protect yourself. So that is normal. If China was a superpower today, they will use whatever they have in control and in their capacity to protect themselves, to fight their enemies. So that's what the United States have been using to protect themselves, because they use the advantage they have, being that the dollar, which is their currency, is the most dominant currency in the world. So, and some people have felt, this is not the way to go. Especially we have China, we have Russia, maybe Saudi Arabia, and so many other countries, Iran, maybe Brazil, maybe South Africa, and so many other places. They have felt like we need to come up with a way to make sure that we can protect ourselves from the king dollar, all right? So, and these guys have come up with ideas. Maybe we can come with gold, maybe we can come with silver, maybe we can come with cryptocurrency and so many other stuff. But the question is it possible to dethrone the king dollar from its throne? Is it something that can happen anytime soon? As I was doing research, I realized that 60% of foreign exchange reserve in the whole world is dominated by the king dollar. And actually, as I went further on the research, I realized that is half of what China, Japan, Euro, and I guess Russia and some other, I don't remember the other one, that is, it's half of what those guys own in terms of foreign exchange reserve. And I went further. As I was doing the research, I realized that more than 88% of the global trade that are made around the world are dominated by the dollar. That most of the transactions are done by dollar. Okay? Almost every country around the world, they have a debt, and that debt it's in terms of dollars. So how do you dethrone a currency that has a control of more than 88% in terms of the trade or transaction done around the globe? Actually, 88% is even more than what the United States citizen or business people can do. So that is a question that we should ask ourselves. And a currency that has a 60% in terms of foreign exchange reserve, is it possible to dethrone such kind of a king? Is it possible to, shake them? Is it possible? I mean, we can't say that there has not been a decline of the dollar dominance in the global, because I think by after the Second World War it was more than 80%. But I mean, we're talking about 60%. How many years do we think that it can take for that 60% to be probably less than 20%? Because the next currency that has quite a number in terms of percentage of foreign exchange reserve is euro with 20%. Okay, so United States, the king dollar, as its rise in terms of foreign exchange reserve, rise euro, right? Because euro owns like 20%. And then the third one is Japanese yen. Japanese yen comes at around 5%. And the most talked about currency, the Chinese yuan or yuan, the Chinese yuan, right? Because this is what people have been talking about, the dominance of the China, because we can't argue, yes, it is the second superpower country in the world, but in terms of currency, we have to be honest. The total foreign exchange reserve, that is owned by Chinese yen is less than 3%, actually is 2.7%. So if practically we take 60% divided by 2.7%, that is almost, I don't know, 30, how long, I don't know how long can the Chinese yen take to dethrone the king dollar from its throne. So 2.7%, maybe we can talk about euro. And actually right now, I don't think euro can ever again, because prior to Second World War, the Britain pound was the most dominant currency in the world in that time. But then the king dollar took over after the Second World War, and it has been, the king dollar has been reigning almost a century now. And I don't think they will go down anytime soon. And if it has to happen, they can go down without a fight. The king dollar cannot go down without a fight. So for now, we have to get used to our king, which is king dollar. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if there is any possibility for the king dollar to lose its throne anytime soon. And if it has to happen, which currency do you think can take the control or can take the throne? Let me know what you think. But the fact remains that for now, the king dollar is very safe in his throne. And I don't think anytime soon there is any currency in any form of gold, cryptocurrency, or any other form to dethrone the king dollar from its throne. That is mine today. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And before you go, Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video with more of this. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.